care about your reasons and all. I just have to make sure I'm stronger than them. Huh. Don't worry. I'll always be here to remind you of the reasons you're doing this. Oh well, may the best angel win. Hey guys, a happy Monday to all of you and hope all of you had a great weekend. Welcome back to the Win TV's Habit Game series where I take you through a painful but satisfying journey of building a new habit. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the reasons why I chose to stop consuming junk food. Last week was my third week building this habit and I'm happy to say I managed to not consume junk food for 4 days out of the 5 days that I set for myself. It is way better than the 2 weeks earlier, which were a disaster for me, and it was so torturing to not have those junk food that I usually have. So there is a secret behind this progress. It is my big whys, the reasons I chose to stop consuming junk food. When I noticed that I'm miserably failing the goals that I set for this habit, I decided to go back and look at my reasons, the reasons why I chose to do this habit in the first place, and that reasons became a huge motivation for me. That is why I chose to speak about my reasons today, and I've mentioned to all of you as well that I will definitely be sharing my big whys for this habit soon. So today, go grab your coffee and we will be talking about why I chose to stop consuming junk food. Since I was young, I would say just about 14 to 15 years old, I started consuming junk food daily. I actually used to walk home from school and there was a petrol station on the way back. So I would definitely stop to buy some junk food to keep me company while I walk home. It's usually chocolates, crackers or some carbonated drink. Coke was my best friend because it was not allowed at home by my dad. So I would drink it on the way home. Before I reach home, it would be done. So that's how my journey of having junk food became an addiction, because it was an everyday thing and it became a necessity for me. At that age, I did not notice, but as I grew older, I noticed that this caused me so much of health issues. This brings me to the first reason I want to stop consuming junk food. It has caused great damage to my skin and caused terrible ulcers in my stomach, which I suffer from till date. I remember when I started high school, I started having massive breakouts and I started having rashes all over my body, and my stomach issues was a whole different problem. Throughout my high school years, throughout my college years, I suffered from terrible gastric, terrible ulcers in my stomach, and I was on all sorts of medication. I know a lot of people get gastric due to different reasons and it's not necessarily junk food, but mine was mainly because I used to not eat proper food. So I'd skip my meals, I'll forget to eat, but I'll grab a carbonated drink to drink or I'll grab some chocolates. That's how I used to fill myself up. So that's why eventually it became bile and it became ulcers. So that is why as I grew older, I noticed that it's so important to watch what I'm consuming, and it really affects my body and it also affects my mood. Which brings me to my second reason. I notice how much I let my mood decide what I eat. If I'm in a happy, motivated or excited mood, you will notice that I eat healthier food and I snack less. If I'm stressed, upset or there is something bothering my mind, then you will see me eating food that basically only consists of sugar. What's wrong here is that it creates a very unhealthy pattern of suppressing emotions. Yes, we all indulge in a tub of Ben and Jerry's one time or another when we are feeling upset. That tub of Ben and Jerry's is like our best friend on a bad day. And that is okay. But turning to unhealthy eating every time you're in a bad mood or having a bad day is not going to help. Many researchers show that consuming junk food actually worsens your mood. Yes, at that time you may feel better because you are suppressing that emotion with food. But when that emotion comes back up, it is going to be worse. That is why it never helps. Unhealthy eating always makes the mood worse. If you're having a bad day or you are in a bad mood, the best way is to accept it. Look at why you are having that mood or having that day, that bad day, and watch something good to overcome it, or talk to someone about it, or meditate. But turning to food and making that a pattern is definitely not going to help, and I can vouch for that because I always used to suppress my emotions with junk food. And that is one reason I really want to work on this habit, because we all have to experience the bad days and the good days. When we experience the bad bad days, we are grateful for the good days. So there's no point suppressing it and creating a whole unhealthy eating habit for ourselves. The third and final reason I decided to stop consuming junk food is because I noticed it became my escape from reality. I always resort to junk food when I have a lot to do. Basically when I'm stressed and there's so many tasks to complete for the day, I resort to junk food. So instead of completing this task, I will go and grab and start ordering every food that I can find that has sugar in it, and that also consumes time because then I have to have time to eat them, and it just takes all the time away. And at the end of the day, I noticed that I never got much done, although I had so much on my to-do list. And as you know, I love ticking lists. So I realized that when I'm overwhelmed or stressed, the best thing I do is I turn to junk food. And it does not make me feel better, of course, like I've shared earlier, but then it also makes me waste time, and it's just like an escape from the entire reality that I have work to do. And the work never gets done. So what happens is I waste time, I make my mood worse, and then when I look back at the work, I get so much more stressed that I cannot complete it that day. And it gets carried forward to the following day, and then the pattern repeats. So that is why I want to break this pattern, because it is definitely an unhealthy pattern that I have, and it's a very bad time management pattern as well. So I realized that when I consume junk food, I think it will take away the stress, but like I shared earlier, it worsens your mood. So it makes me feel even more overwhelmed. After I've wasted that time, it makes me feel even more stressed. So I'm working on breaking that entire pattern. And I did notice last week that when I stopped consuming that junk food and started eating a little healthier, it did take away that overwhelming feeling when I had a lot to do. I could take that time and divide my things and work on it that day instead of spending time ordering food and eating the food. So that were the three main reasons I decided to stop consuming junk food, guys. Of course, there are many other reasons. It spoils my teeth, it makes me spend unnecessary money, and it makes me feel weak a lot all of the time. So there's so many other reasons, but these three are my emotional and my strong reasons that I know will keep me going to eventually stop the addiction of having junk food. So yes, wish me all the best, and I will share with you next week how this week went. I am hoping for it to get better, and I'm kind of feeling motivated as well. So give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and do you see the red button down there that reads subscribe? Click on it. Whew, this was a tough and a little heavy video to shoot. I'm feeling quite overwhelmed. Let me go grab some junk food. Just kidding. See you guys next week. Bye bye. Lots of love. Take care of yourselves. Gosh, so proud of you, my child, for recognizing the things you need to change in your life. Oh, thank you so much. What's wrong with the two of you? It's fun to do wrong things.